We didn't have one. We never had one. But now we have one. In Studio Series. Welcome to the OKGoodReview show. Studio Series number 34. Dark of the Moon, Megatron, E.T. Clears.
Right you are, guys. So here we are, Studio Series.
Also, the truck is sponsored by Mac.
34, yes, it is a Mac truck. And his face is way more beat up on this graphic than it is on the actual figure. And this is pretty cool. But the actual figure is
from Dark of the Moon.
I'm guessing they didn't want to do that because it probably is more of a pain to mold that. And even though this is supposed to be a collector's series, there are a lot of shortcuts taken. A lot of cheap stuff that Hasbro and Takara like to do on this. So, anyway, there you see him in truck mode. There you see the Mac.
Also, we have in truck mode in real life.
Yeah.
He also has under the truck gun storage.
Indeed. And
Cloak
so...
and chain that can come off.
Right.
And a little Igor figure.
Mm-hmm. So this is the Serengeti hideout. So despite it being pretty heavily, so you can see the graphic here is more of a military type truck, and they moved away from that a lot with the actual truck, which we'll get into here in a minute. So from his secluded African base, Megachuchi schemes with his Decepticon followers, and also is Jetfire 35. We have a loose eye out for Jetfire. We'll probably try to get him if we come across him somewhere. Alright, so let's put the box over there. And here's the insert. You can see it's a nice large one. This is actually, I think, one of the better inserts because this will work pretty well for Megachuchi. I think probably have to do him in truck mode though. Well, actually, will even fit. I don't think it'll fit on here in truck mode, so I guess we'll have to do him in robot mood. But there's the backdrop, and there's the figure in his vehicle mood.
He comes with some pretty nice accessories, like under the truck gun storage.
Yes.
That looks like a Cybertronian version of a shotgun.
It is. It does indeed.
The chain come off.
Okay.
The chain comes off, and the cloak comes off.
Well, let's take a look at him.
Plus a minifigure of Igor. I never knew his name. He's like that little bug who's crawling in him.
Yeah, the Dr. Bug. Yeah, so let's take a look at him as he is right now. And
he's got a nice Mac and a Mad Max motif to him.
He does. He does indeed.
I think he's supposed to be the hobo version of Megatron.
I think people call him that. That doesn't really make any sense to me because he's clearly just trying to hide out. So let's take a look at Igor first. And there's some minor articulation here. This is really disheveled. His legs can move a little bit for whatever reason. It seems like his head should split in half. This almost seems like they used like one of the Battle Masters or something for this. We'll fit
on that.
Yeah, it just goes right off the edge, guys. Like I was saying. Okay.
Now about the truck, I kind of like it.
You can see it's much longer than that other thing.
I like a lot of things about this truck, including the nice big Mac on the front of it.
Yeah.
Plus, it even has its little own hood ornament.
So let's take it's the dog.
It's not that deep.
The Mac Bulldog. So let's take a look at the front, guys. It has got this. So for a while, Leo was really excited about the idea of making things into Mad Max type apocalypse vehicles. This is already there. This is definitely right. I don't remember him having all this stuff in the movie. Maybe he did. I just don't remember it. But he's got all this spiky stuff. He's got this nice gold sort of gradient paint here. We got this blanket cloak thing across the back. And you can see there are some issues with it. I've got some problems with this figure, but and then the back, it looks okay here. It's not clear what he's hauling. It looks like a tank, and there's some sort of cables or hoses possibly. And
the part came up.
That's okay. And let's take the, let's actually take this rope. Get off. Get off. This is one of my issues with this. I don't like the way this works, but all right, let's take the rope thing off so you guys can see it with. And if you look at it like this, it's still okay. I don't think this is, I don't think this is bad. I think you can actually display them like this. I think it looks better with this, but I mean, you can still see it's definitely the sort of Mad Max vibe, which is interesting that they have chose to go in that direction. I think that was a good idea, though. I think it looks really cool as a Mad Max type vehicle. But I have some problems like this. This is hollow. This is hollow. Yeah, and there's like just this huge, look at this. So let's take the gun out of there. This is huge space in here. It's cavernous. So it's like this is the ultimate in shell formers for this half of the truck, you know, from the actual truck cab upwards. But it's not like a trailer and a cab, it's all molded together. I mean that part was probably kind of smart, but visually though I think it does look pretty good in vehicle mode. As long as you don't look too close at the seams. And I think this is the first extended truck and trailer we've had. Oh, and let's take a look at the gun while I'm thinking of it. Yeah, pretty gun.
Pretty gun.
It looks like it's almost half of a gun though, actually. Does it seem like it should clip into something?
It clips into here?
No, I mean it should clip into another half of the gun or something, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I think that's
just me, okay.
Oh, plus you can do little sun panels.
This is only our, oh yeah. This is only our, then it looks really goofy from behind. This is only our second leader class in the Studio Series. Generally, the preference has been not to have figures this gigantic and grandiose. I don't think we only have, I think we have less than half a dozen figures of the leader class size. It definitely is, we have way more of Legion and
yeah, I am transforming it.
Okay, so so let me shut up. Leo's transforming it now. So he's basically just split the front half.
It looks like he's doing this. What is this? It looks like some sort of alligator. Like.
Yeah, it does.
It's a transforming alligator robot. But these will actually become its legs, so. These are one of the reviews where I just kind of want to do this and not talk.
Okay.
Also, these parts really like to come off.
Yeah, there is some parts to this, guys, that are a little frustrating to me because you've really got to line this up in spectacular fashion to get it to work, or it will not, and you'll just be irritated with it.
It happens to the best of us. There we go. So sometimes also you kind of forget how the legs go. But
yeah, there's a lot of rotations and stuff to put that into. But I will say proportionally when he's done, it does work out pretty well because he is the right size. You don't see like Bumblebee's where it's these massive legs and this tiny, tiny torso. Like proportionally, Megachuchi's pretty good. This one is.
Yeah, I mean, we also never had a Dark of the Moon Megatron before.
We also don't have, we don't have a lot of Megatrons. Megatron is not a character we've collected very much at all. Like him and Starscream, I think there's probably in every line that we've collected, there's maybe half a dozen figures.
Or maybe just one figure.
Well, we got, let's see, we got we got every Megatron they made except for Voyager class for the last night. So we got Legion, we got Deluxe, and we got, no, we did get Voyager. We just didn't get Leader class for the last night. So there's 3 right there for Megatron. I know we got a Starscream from Robots in Disguise.
That was in our Toy Hunter video.
Yeah. So there's 4 right there. This would be 5. And then there might be, and then there's a Megatron in my office. I guess that's 6 from Prime.
Wow, we really have only 6 Megatrons.
Megatron and Starscream combined. We don't really have that many Megatrons at all. Alright, so what Leo's doing is he's removing the panel from the back wheels. that panel likes to snap off a lot. So you have to kind of be careful and lift up and just do this really, really carefully. Because otherwise it likes to snap off. Just like that. It snaps back on okay, but it's kind of a pain. Like this is, we just have tension clips. Like, I don't know why they're so in love with this. This is just, for a collector's line, this is just cheap. Like, if we ever get a masterpiece and I see something like this, I'm going to be really irritated with this. Okay. Okay. So there we go. It just snaps back on.
It just naps back on?
Yep.
Wow. It must really like napping then.
Yes, it does.
I wonder if Cybertronians even sleep.
I don't think they need to.
But I mean, I guess they can.
Yeah, I guess they could.
If they really want to.
Mm-hmm. There are some double hinges here.
You've got, see this little plug and you see that little hole? Backway gun storage.
Ah, nice.
Which is probably, you got gun storage, robot, and vehicle. That's kind of cool. Ah, and here's the head.
Ah, right where we left it. Oh,
That was
yes.
actually an easy
And
one.
his chest plates like to pop off too because of the cheap use of tension clips instead of what should be
Stop.
pins.
We expect better from you, studio.
Yeah, you know, honestly, we do. Like, this is, I don't understand why they make this choice where stuff can pop off like that. Like, studio, you would expect to be a higher end.
We're disappointed in you.
Yeah.
So this part actually, this chest part, from what I know, this chest part actually has to go with this neck part. There's also a double hinge here, I think.
Yeah, there is.
And then
It's a really stiff double hinge.
There we go. And if you want everything to stay together, well, here he is without his chains.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can add the chain to the front of it. I don't know that you really need the chain in robot mode. It doesn't, to me, add all that much to it. But let's throw the cloak and the chain on for fun.
It's his dressing room.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna give him some privacy here.
Ta-da!
Okay, wow, very nice. Yeah.
That actually looks like how it came in robot mode.
It does.
Remember, like, and then he's.
Oh, is he doing something else now? Oh my gosh, Princess, are you done yet?
Almost.
There. Okay. Let's check it out. All right. Let's check it out.
And then you go right there.
Wow. Okay. So you can. Yeah. There's Igor. So you can, guys. You can do this. You can put the ropes over the top of this. You can put the ropes under this. I've seen it both ways. His arm doesn't. Why doesn't this want to stay? There's such odd choices here. Like, this should stay clipped somehow. There is no way to actually hold this weapon in this hand. And this looks just absurd. Just foolish. Foolish. All right, so let's take a look at him, though, without his accoutrements. And, okay, so...
You need a dressing room.
I think we'll be okay. I think we're done with the Blushing Bride Megatron stuff. Okay, and let's get rid of that. Okay, so you can see his head sculpt. There is almost nothing. Like, this is almost complete. In fact, I'm sure this is a mold thing where they didn't want to get too far into it. But if you remember, his it was torn in all the way into his eye socket in the actual movie. So that part they depart from a little bit. Proportionately, though, he looks great. Like, this looks really good. The paint looks. These flappy arm things though are gonna drive me crazy. Why are they so flappy? Oh no, it's Flappy Megatron.
Oh wait. And here's his little video game setting.
Okay, hang on. Let's just take some more looks at them while we're at it, and then we'll throw them on the cardboard. Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, the one thing I find kind of odd is I don't see any Decepticon symbology here anywhere on him, which to me is kind of strange. There's very, very limited head movement here, though. Like really limited. This is about all you can do. Even though he's on a ball joint, what is holding him back? Let's see. What is holding him back? That has to be something to do with the port, I think. But yeah, I mean, as a display figure, he looks good either way. Like you're not going to go wrong with that. I don't think this is the best movie Megatron. I still think that is the one that was in the last Knigget.
This is like the Flappy Megatron.
Okay.
And then this is like, it's a parody to Flappy Bird.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Let's put them on the display here and see if we can come up with something cool.
I got a really quick pose.
Okay. All right.
You need some privacy.
Okay, so we're going to do some privacy here while Leo does his pose. Okay, guys, so you get the pose?
Yeah, I had the, forget the chain part. It just wouldn't go on.
That works pretty well because you can see there's a blanket in the background, and let's turn it this way just a touch. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
like he's hidden in there.
Yeah, what is he shooting towards?
It blends in really well. Yeah, it blends in really well. It looks really good.
What is he shooting towards anyway?
Something off in the distance. Maybe it's
his packaging.
Yeah, maybe it's his packaging. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's a barrel, another barrel to set on fire or something. Alright guys, so it looks like I'm gonna take over the transformation to go back into vehicle mode. So the first thing we're gonna do is get rid of that and this. Okay, so there is not a whole ton of there is a few steps to this, but really the important thing to do is to make sure that you're keeping it lined up as much as possible. So the first thing is to remove his chest, bring it down. Then we're going to tuck his head, and this will be the back of the trailer. It's important that you kind of keep this close to this back part, just this hinge right here, just this sort of section right there. If you don't, it will give you fits. Okay, from there, we're going to lift up just this fender well here, and we want to do it somewhat carefully. So we're going to lift it up so it's not right. See on this one, it's right on the wheels. We're going to lift it up so it's on top of the wheels and just kind of hanging out there. So we're going to do that on this side as well. Alright, so to be gentle with that because these will, as you saw earlier, pop off. Now we've got these joints right here. We're going to take those joints and push them in a bit. Okay, basically what we're going to have here is we need this to go over the top of this. So let's get this out of the way. And so we still got some debris here that is being in the way, so let's try to move some of this and this. You can start from the front and go to the back. It doesn't really matter. I usually start from the back and work my way up. And not being cooperative here at the moment, so okay. So again, we need to make sure we have everything all completely lined up. Oh, so these lift off of his arms, and once they do, we can just spin them. So let's do that, actually. Get that out of the way. Okay. Now we can hopefully get this to, there we go. So lift it up, push it in, and we're going to do that again here. Okay, so that's what we want to see. We want to see this over the top, snap together like so. The back is done from this point. So keep this out of the way. We're just going to put this here for now. And so one of the important things here is, you see he's got these knee joints. These knee joints need to be pointed down. They need to be pointed down at the bottom of things. So make sure those joints are always pointed down. And from here, I'm going to split these legs. And we're going to pull this foot back and dial this off to the side for right now. This is going to be part of the cab. So we're going to take this and move that out of the way. And this I don't like, spinning this whole thing, but so here's the front of the truck, and we're going to extend this out this way. And we have a little rotation here, a little half rotation I guess, and then we're going to plug in that part into the base right here. And second side, same thing. Bring this around, put this down, and extend this out, and just kind of move this out of the way for now. Bend this down and get in there. Okay. Okay. I really wish they wouldn't have got so cheap on this. That really bothers me. Okay, so now we're gonna want to bring these two together. And remember, I like to do it from this side so I can make sure that these triangle things are pointed at where the road would be. All right, and let's take this part out, and we're just gonna put these two halves together like so. Like I said, I find it easier to do from here. It doesn't really matter as long as you do it one way or the other. And we've got these things to peg in here. And these tires like to constantly flop back and forth. So it's just part of the deal. Not much you can do about it. But we have the tractor at this point done. Now, for the trailer part of this. I'm going to finish that off. Move this. And very carefully move this so they don't come off. Okay, so from here, we need this to be out of the way for a second. Now, these have an area underneath that they need to go into. So we basically take it like so and press that all the way in there. And same thing on this side. We're going to take this and get out of here. Take this and press it all the way in there. Okay, so that these are stuck in there. And we can just fold this back like so. And fold these out. Okay, so on this one, here's why you need these triangles pointed towards the bottom. Because this part will need to come over. And if you don't have it, his feet will not fit on top of there. So that's why we need to do that. Alright, from here, we're almost finished with this. You can see these notch in. These panels clip out and notch in right there. Okay. And yes, it is Ghibli. Very Ghibli. Okay, so this was the one part I couldn't initially figure out was how this was supposed to go. And everything I've seen on this, it just kind of hangs here. This foot section, which I'm not honestly super in love with, but I guess it could be worse. So you can just tuck it in as best you can. Try to keep this part right here as close as you can to the back. And you'll have to retuck this in probably a few times because it does not like to hold. At least on this figure. Okay, so get in there. Right, okay. And then on this part, we open these two things, which are maybe not going to cooperate now. Here we go. Okay, these two are rise up and they connect, and you need that so that these two tabs will come close enough together so that you can clip this into it, like so, and then we're going to clip these in again one final time, I hope. Okay, and there it is. Oh, that looks pretty funny without those wheels. I don't know why these will not stay out. It just, I don't know why, what the problem here is, but these things do not like to stay out. So, yeah, there he is. Back in order. And like the wheels are all making contact. You can see they're all touching here and rolling and so on. This looks, I actually kind of like it like this. If you do decide to put the stuff back on it, as you saw in the beginning, this basically notches underneath here somewhere. Oh, right there. So this part, this little, see this area here, this rectangle area just goes onto this. And there's his stowage. And the ropes will attach to these little points here. And you have to have a little bit of a care with those. Usually what I will do if I'm going to put these on is I'll put the doubles on first and then I'll put the singles on. And of course you can throw on this thing prior to doing that in whichever way you want to do. This I think is kind of cool, but I also think it's kind of goofy, so I'm going to do it a whole lot. But yeah, he does have holes, peg holes in his feet, so I guess you could hang him upside down possibly from this, or you could have him ride. I think you could maybe use him as a hood ornament. No, this thing I fit in there. Well, you could put Igor somewhere, like over there. Okay, and oh man, come on. Really likes to detach. Okay, and do we have this wide enough? Actually, you know what? You could have it wide enough potentially to actually fit him on there. So this is cool. I mean, it's a figure I like, but I don't think I love, just because there is it's better than I thought it would be in some ways, and also worse than I thought it would be in some ways. I thought it'd be a whole lot more complex than it actually is. I do like all this spiky Mad Max business. I don't know, like I said, how much it actually belongs, but I do like it. I think it looks cool. I don't like the hollow nature of this. I really dislike that in vehicle mode. Like, seeing the back of this looks lazy to me. Lazy and unfinished. And like, how hard is it to just put the back of a cab on a truck? You know what I mean? And that they elected not to do that is this. I don't like these wheels constantly falling in. Not a big fan of that either. So vehicle mode, I have more problems with it. Robot mode, I think it actually looks really good. I think it works probably better in robot mode. The face sculpt notwithstanding, that one I think has some problems in terms of movie accuracy, but as far as the rest of it, I think it's a really good looking Megachuchi overall. But there you have it. Studio number 34. Leader class Megatron with accessories with Igor from Transformers Dark of the Moon. Guys, if you did enjoy this, please give us a thumbs up, guys. Hit the red subscribe button if you've not done so already, guys. If there is a blue notification bell and comments available, guys, please feel free to use that if you care to do that. Whether there is or not, please come follow us on our Twitter feed where updates to the channel made live in direct time. And guys, there is display shots. So if we were going to make a display out of this, it would be up on our Twitter feed. Nowhere else. So definitely, guys, come by for you can comment to videos, but also come by for the exclusive content on Twitter, guys. If you use Twitter, come by. We would love to have you. So here it is. One last good luck for the road. Studio Series 34 Leader Class Megatron from Transformers Dark of the Moon. We will see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.